Hey everybody, it's Spencer again. I've been thinking long and hard about whether or not to upload this video, especially in light of the new YouTube creator guidelines that came out as I was rendering it and finishing it up. Please be advised, this is not the original and some pieces and parts may be omitted to protect my channel and keep me from getting a yellow dollar sign that everyone loves and cherishes. Also, there's going to be a follow-up to this video in a few weeks, probably, showcasing my first 12 months with the computer and what I think of it. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Today's video is sponsored by Nobody. For all of your non-existent needs, count on Nobody to help accomplish those jobs with efficiency and ease. Click the link in the video description to learn more. Now, you may be asking yourself, Spencer, why are you showing me footage of your Toshiba laptop if this video is supposed to be about the Inspiron 7559 by Dell? Now, you hold on just a minute there yourself. I'm gonna get there, but I felt like this video, and the product that I'm showcasing, will benefit more if you see my current setup. Keep your pants on, and you'll see backlit keyboard goodness in just a few moments. The budget laptop I owned for the better part of 4 years was just that. Made mostly out of low-cost plastic, it was not very durable, especially so after hitting the 3-year-old mark. I found the side air vent to crack and disintegrate so badly that I had to tape it up, blocking most of the airflow. No problem, however, as this machine is passively cooled. Now, this might lead you to think, it's got a processor that can balance heat output and performance really well, right? Well, sort of. This machine has an Intel Celeron N2840. What's the clock speed? Don't worry about that. No, I actually mean it. This little guy impressed me a lot for the 4 years that I had it. I could play back YouTube videos at 1080p, given they weren't above 30 FPS, and even play light to medium duty games such as Minecraft at medium quality settings. And since the processor is so small, there is never any thermal throttling. The way of the future? Maybe. So now you are probably shaming me through your computer screen, typing things like, well, why did you buy the new computer when your existing one worked just fine? Well, the side air vent problem wasn't the only thing to go wrong on the old Toshiba. In fact, I even have a list of things that have gone wrong, / things I no longer like about the machine in the last 2 years. Number 1, the Wi-Fi card will drop the connection without warning a little more than occasionally, and the only way to fix it is to disable then re-enable the card in Device Manager. Number 2, the screen is glossy, and I sometimes used it at school where the only place to sit would be in the sun. Now how am I supposed to finish my honors biology study guide when there's a big ass sunspot in the way? The screws at the hinges that keep the bottom on have fallen out and disappeared into the land of lost screws. As such, the bottom portion of the computer flexes way more than what I would be comfortable with in a school setting where I would have to transport it from place to place. It's just all around lost its durability. Number 4, first world problem, I know, but I need 2 hands to open the extremely stiff yet somehow still wobbly display. I mean, I know this isn't a problem relative to the rest of the world, but I'd still like to type on my lap and not have everything look like this. Now, I feel like anyone in my position after having dealt with these small but really annoying problems would want an upgrade. I know I did. So without further ado, let's take a look at my brand new Dell Inspiron 7559. I told you I'd give you keyboard backlighting if you waited. Are you happy now? Anyway, this, my friends, is the Dell Inspiron 7559. Coming in at 5.5 pounds on my unit, it definitely has a more durable and premium feel than my last laptop. The screen hinge possesses the perfect balance between looseness and stiffness, with this being the first laptop that I've been able to easily open with one hand since the EEE PC days. The device is also roughly 3 centimeters thick at its thickest point, which is pretty thin considering the machine is packing some pretty serious power inside this unassuming conformist black exterior. I/O is good. On one side, you have the power input and exhaust port, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and a headphone microphone combo jack. On the other side, you have a Kensington lock, gigabit Ethernet port, an HDMI port, another USB 3.0 port, and an SD card reader. The inside of the Inspiron was something that I was very glad to see. My model is packing 16 gigabytes of crucial DDR3L memory, and a 74 watt-hour battery that I still have yet to run down to empty. A 1 terabyte hybrid drive is also included, but it is a little bit slower compared to, say, a 7200 RPM hard drive at only 5400 RPM. It's a hybrid drive or SSHD because it has 8 gigabytes of solid-state cache where frequently used files are automatically stored by the drive. Moving on, let's take a look at upgradability for the future. Although my RAM is maxed out at 16 gigabytes, I still have an M.2 slot I plan on utilizing as a boot drive, leaving the slower 5400 RPM hybrid drive for storage of games and files. I also may replace the Intel ProSat wireless card in the future, but as of right now I connect to the internet via an Ethernet connection, so this isn't too big of a concern for me. Essentially, anyone who buys this model can upgrade it and keep it future-proof for a long time. Now, you're asking me this question, Spencer, what processor does this computer have? Well, the question you should be asking is, how many processors does it have? To which I would answer, 2. That's right, it doesn't have 2 processors in the traditional sense. I mean, this is no 2006 era Mac Pro with 2 dual-core Xeons. No, the Dell Inspiron 7559 has only one Intel Core i7-6700HQ Skylake chip. But allow me to introduce the star performer of this machine. Drumroll, please. The NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960M with 4 gigs of VRAM. We're getting serious over here now. I mean, yes, that graphics processor isn't the latest GTX 1080 in SLI or anything, but with my very rudimentary testing, the 960M is no slouch. Let's take a look at some simple benchmarks. Minecraft at 1080p with all settings maxed out and a render distance of 16 chunks gives astronomical FPS numbers at and above 200. Turning on some shaders drops FPS considerably, but frame rates still hover around 50 to 60, which is very playable. Firewatch yields the same result. With the game set to ultra graphics at 1080p, FPS did not drop below the mid-40s. Noise is not that big of a problem either, as the fans run pretty quiet and still manage to keep the 2 chips very cool, and while I haven't used this machine on my lap for an extended period yet, I'm sure my legs won't develop grill marks on them. Or anything. All jokes aside, let's talk serious for a minute here. For those of you who are in the market for this model, let me just run through some quick pros and cons that I found while using the machine. Number 1, for the price you get a very powerful GPU and CPU, as well as a fair bit of RAM. Number 2, the 2-finger scrolling on the touchpad seems a little touchy at the moment, although this might have to do with my sensitivity setting. Number 3, the backlight doesn't go as dark in low mode as I would like, it's only a little darker. Number 4, at full brightness, the screen seems a little dim. Number 5, really nice feeling keys and trackpad compared to my old laptop. Number 6, driver installs are a breeze. Everything was done automatically with Dell installers, and all components just work. In the end, it is really up to you, the viewer, to decide whether you'll be purchasing one of these machines for yourself. In my professional opinion, however, I would absolutely recommend this to someone on a budget looking for a professional workstation at an affordable price. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Spencer with Intuitive Creations, and I will see you in the next one.